Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Ishavasyanidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita Ma Vudakasya Smanam Kurvanyeveha Karmani Viji Vijay Chatam Samaha Evam Tvainanyate Kosti Na Karma Lityate Nare Asuryanamate Loka Andena Tamasavataha Taste Pita Bigachanti Eke Chatmano Janaha Anejadekam Manaso Javiyo Nainadeva Tadhavato Jnanate Tidishya Tasminnapो Mata Dati Tadejati Tanyejati Tadbhude Tadante Tadasya Sarvasya Tatsarvasya Sabhayatah Yastu Sarvani Karmani Atmanyevanupashyati Sarvbhutatma Chatmanam Tato na Vidugupsate Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmaiva Bhutjanatah Tatvako Moha Shoka Ekatvam Anubashyatah Sa Pariyaga Chakramakayam Avranam Slaviram Shuddham Apapaviddham Kabir Manishi Paribhu Swayambhu Yatha Gatyothan Vidadha Shashvatibha Samapyah Andam Dama Pravishanti Yavidya Upasate Tato Bhuya Yavate Tamo Yevo Vidyamrataha Anyarahur Vidya Anyarahura Vidya Iti Shishrumadhirana Nina Satu Tena Satyachakshushe Sambhutim Vidyam Chityam Chayastad Vedodhyam Saha Avidyam Murtim Tirtha Vidyam Mృతమశ్nuते Andam Dama Pravishanti Sambhutim Rataha Tato Bhuye Vate Tamo Yo Sambhutyam Rataha. Today this verse. Okay. Andam Tama Pravishanti Ya Asambhutim Rataha Ya Sambhutim Upasate Tato Bhuya Ivate Tamo Yevu Sambhutyam Rataha. Similar to 9th verse. Open the 9th verse. It is similar. Andam Tama Pravishanti Ya Avidya Upasate Tato Bhuya Ivate Tamo Yevu Sambhutyam Vidyam Rataha. So those who are engaged in the culture of the science, they enter the darkest region. And birds are those who are engaged in the culture of so-called knowledge. And what is that so-called knowledge that has been very specifically put in this verse? The so-called knowledge is karmakaya. And the so-called knowledge is let me worship the demigods and let me go to the demigod planet. That is also the region of science, the region of ignorance. What is the meaning of ignorance? Aham mama iti ajnanam. I and mine. That is ignorance. Keep your videos on. That is ignorance. So even worship of the demigods is ignorance because they are focused in I and mine. That means that they flourish. If I worship the demigods, I'll get a lot of benefits. That the Sarvadharman Parityaja is not possible for everyone. They don't want to give up the so-called traditional festivals. That is also ignorance. You do so-called festival, but you are not engaged in chanting the holy name. What is the use? You do all the festivals, no problem. You do all the festivals, all the traditions, keep it up. But in every festival, make it a point to glorify Krishna's name. Make it a point to make others hear about Krishna, and everything is wonderful. Like Ganpati Utsav is going to come now. People are engaged in celebrating Ganesh festival. There's no problem. Ganesha is a great devotee. But then again in Ganesh festival, are you really chanting? Are you making people understand Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam? Because Ekadanta with my he removed one tusk and wrote Bhagavatam because Bhadra Purnima, which is the 10 days festival, is known as Bhadra Purnima festival. So one should understand what is the purpose of demigod worship. Not that, oh, you can remove all the vignas, please remove the vignas, give me more money, more facilities, more material facilities. No problem, ask that also. Aditya, please mute your phone. Aditya. So there is no point, there is no problem in asking the facilities also, provided you are using in Krishna service. Vignas are removed to enhance the devotional service, then everything is wonderful. If that is not done, everything is just waste of time. Tato bhuya ivate tamo. Still worse are who are worshippers of impersonal absolute, Nirakar Brahman. They are more worse. It started with what? The the people who are worshipping or who are engaged in the worship of or in the culture of nescience, they are worst. The culture of nescience activities. There are so many people who are trying to develop themselves in nescient activities. What is it? Nescient activities. Ignorant activities. All those ignorant activities only make them more tamasic. They go to the level of terrorism. Nescient activities. Understand it very nicely. Ninth verse spoke about the nescient. And then further it speaks about the so-called knowledge. Then what is that so-called knowledge is very specifically described in this 12th verse. And that 12th verse speaks about demigod worship and then Nirakar Brahma. Lord has no form. So that the impersonal aspect of Lord, some worship the impersonal. They go more to the darkest region. Still more are those who are the worshippers of the impersonal absolute. They don't have faith in the deity worship. They don't believe deity worship. They are no less than atheists. They say everything is Khalvidam, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahman. Everything is only impersonal. Prakriti, they accept Prakriti, but they don't accept the one who has made this Prakriti. So in this way, now you're clear with the concept, design, so-called knowledge, and so-called knowledge is bifurcated, Karmakanda, then comes impersonal Brahman. The worst is impersonal Brahman. Even the demigod worshippers are not worse. They are worser, you can say. But worst is who? Impersonal. Because they don't accept the beautiful form of Krishna. That is why among all these categories, they are the worst. Okay. Mana Roy, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. अंधं तमः प्रविशन्ति यः सम्भूतिम् उपासते ततो
Upasate. Upasate.
या सम्भूतिम् उपासते ततो भूय इव ते तमो याउ सम्भूत्यं रतः. Those who are engaged in the worship of demigods enter into the darkest region of ignorance, and still more so do the worshippers of the impersonal absolute. Purport: the Sanskrit word asambhati refers to those who have no independent existence. Sambhuti is the absolute personality of Godhead who is absolutely independent of everything. In the Bhagavad Gita 10.2, the absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna states, Name vido suragana pravarna na maharasya aham adi devanam
Adiri Devala.
Adir
Adirhi Devanam,
Adiri Devana,
Maharshinam cha,
Maharashinam cha Sarvasya,
Maharshinam,
Maharasina cha
Sarvashaha.
Sarvasaha. Neither the host of the demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and the sages. Thus, Krishna is the origin of the powers delegated to demigods, great sages, and mystics. Although they are endowed with great powers, these powers are limited, and thus it is very difficult for them to know how Krishna himself appears by his own internal potency in the form of a man. Many philosophers and great rishis or mystics try to distinguish the absolute from the relative by their tiny brain power. This can only help them reach the negative conception of the absolute without realizing any positive trace of the absolute. Definition of the absolute by negation is not complete. Such negative definitions lead one to create a concept of one's own. Thus, one imagines that the absolute must be formless and without qualities. Such negative qualities are simply the reversals of the relative, material qualities and are therefore also relative. By conceiving of the absolute in this way, one can at the utmost reach the impersonal effulgence of God, known as Brahman, but one cannot make further progress to Bhagwan, the personality of Godhead. Such mental speculators do not know that the absolute personality of Godhead is Krishna, that the impersonal Brahman is glaring effulgence of his transcendental body, or that the Paramatma, the super soul, is the absolute
Okay, your voice is
personality of
breaking.
Godhead.
Palash, continue. Palash.
Nor do they know that Krishna
Mana,
has his eternal form
Mana, please
with its
wait. Let, because your voice is breaking, let Palash read from here. Okay,
Hare
read.
Krishna. Such mental speculators do not know that absolute personality of Godhead is Krishna, that the impersonal Brahma is the glaring effulgence of his transcendental body, or that the Paramatma, the super soul, is his all pervading plenary representation. Nor do they know that Krishna has his eternal form with its transcendental qualities of eternal bliss and knowledge. The dependent demigods and the great sages imperfectly consider him to be a powerful demigod, and they consider the Brahman effulgence to be the absolute truth. But the devotees of Krishna, by dint of their surrendering unto him and their unalloyed devotion, can know that he is the absolute person and that everything emanates from him. Such devotees continuously render loving services unto Krishna, the fountainhead of everything. In Bhagavad Gita 7.2023, it is said that only unintelligent, bewildered person driven by a strong desire of sense gratification worship the demigod for the temporary relief of temporary problem. Since the living being is materially entangled, he has to be relieved from the material bondage entirely to attain permanent relief of the spiritual plane, whether eternal bliss, life, and knowledge exist. Sri Ishopanishad therefore instructs that we should not seek temporary relief of our difficulties by worshipping the dependent demigods, who can bestow only temporary benefit. Rather, we must worship the absolute personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is all attractive and who can bestow us upon us complete freedom from material bondage by taking us back home, back to Godhead. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita 7.23 that the worshippers of the demigod can go to the planets of demigods. The moon worshippers can go to the moon, the sun worshippers to the sun, etc. Modern scientists are now venturing to the moon with the help of rockets. But this is not really a new attempt. With their advanced consciousness, human beings are naturally inclined to travel in outer spaces and to reach other planets either by spaceships, mystic powers, or demigod worships. In the Vedic scriptures, it is said that one can reach the other planets by any one of these three ways. But the most common is by worshipping the demigod presiding over a particular planet. In this way, one can reach the moon planet, the sun planet, and even Brahmaloka. The topmost planet is the universe. However, all planets in the material universe are temporary residents. The only permanent planet are the Vaikuntha Lokas. Those are found in the spiritual sky, where the personality of the Godhead himself predominates. As Lord Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita 8.16. अब अब्रह्म भुवलो भुवनलोक पुनर अवर्तिनो अर्जुन.
One minute. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. People go till the Brahma Loka, but they have to come back again. Brahma Pura. Brahma Loka. You go to the Brahma Loka, no problem. But well, what will happen? Shine Punya Martya Lokam Vishanti. You have to come back. That has been given. Read.
मम उप्यते
मामुपेति तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. ब्रह्म भुवनालोक. Wait. You don't read. ब्रह्म भुवनालोक पुनरावर्तिनो अर्जुन मामुपेति तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. Practice it at home now. You should know to read the verses properly. Brahma Bhuvanaloka, from the highest planet to the material world down, all are in the material world. Punaravartino Arjuna, again a person has to come in this world. Mamupetya tu kaunteya. So one who attains me, Mamupetya tu kaunteya, one who attains my abode, Punarjanma na vidyate, will never attain birth again. So why it has been told all these worships are only waste of time. You worship demigod, it's a waste of time. You worship the impersonal aspect, again it's a waste of time. Because all this worship will make us come again in this material world. What is the use? You do a bhavya janma, you do a bhavya Ganpati Utsav, Durga festival, whatever you do, it is going to bring us again. On the contrary, you do Janmashtami festival, you do service to Lord, because personal aspect. Punar Janmana Vidyate, you will never come back again, because there is a most dangerous thing again to come back. Again you can tell to Lord, or you can worship to Lord, Mama Janmani Sware, Bhavatar Bhakta, Ahaituki Tvai. Let me come, but I should have Ahaituki devotion. What is the meaning of Ahaituki devotion? There is no material reason behind it. You are focused. Sarvadharman Parityaja, you have a focused attention. But when there is no focused attention, what is the use? What is the use of such worship? That there is a motive behind the worship. Oh, I should get a good wife. Oh, I should get a good girl. Many people join the temple for that also. They search out. Oh, you should get a good partner. No problem. That is also fine. You're searching a Vaishnava, you're searching a Vaishnavi. That is also not a problem. But again, they'll end up in fighting with each other. Then what is the use? Both of them should serve Krishna. That should be the focused attention. What is the meaning of focused attention? One should worship the Lord. That should be the focused attention. And in every circumstances, no problem to become a grahastha. But become a grahastha to worship Krishna. What is the use of being a grahastha without having the desire to serve Krishna? So that has been given here. Bunar Janmana Vidyate, doesn't have to come back again. Okay, Pushpa, read from here. Start. Unmute your phone. Unmute.
Oh. Sri Ishopanishad points out that one who worships the demigods and attains to their material planets still remains in the darkest region of the universe. The whole universe is covered by the gigantic material elements. It is just like a coconut covered by a shell and half filled with water. Since its covering is airtight, the darkness within is dense, and therefore the sun and the moon are required for illumination. Outside the universe is the vast and unlimited Brahma Jyoti expansion, which is filled with Vaikuntha Lokas. The biggest and highest planet in the Brahma Jyoti is Krishna Loka or Golok Vrindavan, where the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna himself, resides. Lord Sri Krishna never leaves Krishna Loka. Although he dwells there with his eternal associates, he is omnipresent throughout the complete material and spiritual cosmic manifestation. This fact has already been explained in Mantra 4. The Lord is present everywhere just like the sun, yet he is situated in one place just as the sun is situated in its own undeviating orbit. The problems of life cannot be solved simply by going to the moon planet or to some other planet above or below it. Therefore, Sri Ishopanishad advises us not to bother with any destination within this dark material universe, but to try to get out of it and reach the effulgent kingdom of God. There are many pseudo worshippers who become religionists only for the sake of name and fame. Such pseudo religionists do not wish to get out of this universe and reach the spiritual sky. They only want to maintain the status quo in the material world under the garb of worshipping the Lord. The atheists and impersonalists lead such foolish religionists into the darkest regions by preaching the cult of atheism. The atheist directly denies the existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the impersonalists support the atheist by stressing the impersonal aspect of the Supreme Lord. Thus far, we have not come across any mantra in Sri Ishopanishad in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead is denied. It is said that he can run faster than anyone. Those who are running after other planets are certainly persons. And if the Lord can run faster than all of them, how can he be impersonal? The impersonal conception of the Supreme Lord is another form of ignorance, arising from an imperfect conception of the absolute truth. The ignorant pseudo religionists and the manufacturers of so-called incarnations who directly violate the Vedic injunctions are liable to enter into the darkest region of the universe because they mislead those who follow them. These impersonalists generally pose themselves as incarnations of God to foolish persons who have no knowledge of Vedic wisdom.
To understand what is that impersonalist, they call themselves as God. Some Babas, some Ammas, people say they are God. Doesn't work. Like there's a craze to go to Shirdi. Oh, he is God. Baba is not God. Baba is servant of God. We should understand very nicely. You respect the saints, but the saints don't become God. They are servants of God. Sakshat Dharitvenas Masta Shastri. You respect the sadhu as good as God, but again, not to think that they are God. They are servants of God.
If such foolish men have any knowledge at all, it is more dangerous in their hands than ignorance itself. Such impersonalists
like the sea. Such type of worshippers are more dangerous than ignorant people. There are ignorant people who are in Jopalpattis, this and that. There are people, they don't do anything. That is better. You see, there are people who just go beg. They don't worship anyone. There are rich people also who don't do anything. They don't worship anyone. They are better. Better than a wrong people. Because that is a clear slate of ignorance. You can fill in that. But there is a slate which has a wrong writings. You have to rub it and then finish. You understanding? A clear slate of ignorance is better to be filled than a slate with scribblings. Okay, yeah.
Such impersonalists do not even worship the demigods according to scriptural recommendation. In the scriptures, there are recommendations for worshipping demigods under certain circumstances, but at the same time, these scriptures state that there is normally no need for this. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.23, it is clearly stated that the results derived from worshipping the demigods are not permanent. Since the entire material universe is impermanent, whatever is achieved within the darkness of material existence is also impermanent. The question is how to obtain real and permanent life. The Lord states that as soon as one reaches Him by devotional service, which is the one and only way to approach the personality of God, one attains complete freedom from the bondage of birth and death. In other words, the path of salvation from the material clutches fully depends on the principles of knowledge and detachment gained from serving the Lord. The pseudo religionists have neither knowledge nor detachment from material affairs, for most of them want to live in the golden shackles of material bondage under the shadow of philanthropic activities disguised as religious principles.
1 minute. This philanthropic activities, what is that? Social activity. They think that, okay, let me do social activities. Let me feed the people. They're all social activities. Now 7.23, what it says, Antavantapuma tu phalam tesham tad bhavatyalpavedasam devan deva yajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Whatever one achieves from the demigods, they that is not that is just limited, that is just temporary. And who worship the demigods? They are alpamedasam. Antavattatu phalam tesham. It has an end. Tadbhavatyalpamedasam. They are all less intelligent people. They try to go to the demigod planet, but whoever is my devotee, they come back to me. So there are people who, on the name of philanthropic activities, we don't believe in coming to the temple and doing some devotional service, but rather we believe in doing some social work. If you talk to some Lions Club people, they'll talk like this. We are interested more in philanthropic activities. But what type of philanthropic activity? The philanthropic activity which is only increasing a godless civilization. I still remember somebody came to our temple and told that we want some food for everyday food for we run blind school. Can you provide food for the blind school? We can do that. So they were having they wanted to know our rates and all this thing. That is secondary part. Then I told, see, when you want just food, that is prasad, you should. Then they told that we want to have some engagement for them. I said, yes, we can give Harinam Sankirtan for them. It will give them the strength. No, we are not interested in that. We are interested in taking them only for some outing, some clubs and some clubs. Just see, what is the use of taking the person to the clubs? We cannot see also. They think that such type of philanthropic activity is going to give some happiness. For some time, they may talk some flowery words. Oh, you are in the land of some wonderful kingdom. They say, or they talk. And the vichara, that person cannot see, and they think that this is enjoyment. Then they just make a person cut the cake, that and this, make them drink nonsensical beverages. And vichara, this person who cannot see, they think that this is enjoyment. So such type of philanthropic activity is not recommended in the scripture. Give Harinam Sankirtan was what type of karma he has done, that he has lost the vision. Somebody is losing some other thing. Somebody is deprived of all the facilities. Give Harinam Sankirtan, give Harinam food, give prasad. Giving Krishna prasad is more important than just doing some philanthropic activity with some distribution of some food. We are not distributing food, we are distributing prasad. Food for life. One has to encourage food for life concept. Yeah, read from here.
By a false display of religious sentiments, they present a show of devotional service while indulging in all sorts of immoral activities. In this way, they pass as spiritual masters and devotees of God. Such violators of religious principles have no respect for the authoritative acharyas, the holy teachers in the strict disciplic succession. They ignore the Vedic injunction, Acharyopasana, one must worship the Acharya, and Krishna's statement in the Bhagavad Gita 4.2, Evam Parampara Prapta. The supreme science of God is received through disciplic succession. Instead, to mislead the people in general, they themselves become so-called acharyas, but they do not even follow the principles of the acharyas. These rogues are the most dangerous elements in human society because there is no religious government. They escape punishment by the law of the state. They cannot, however, escape the law of the Supreme, who has clearly declared in the Bhagavad Gita that envious demons in the garb of religious propagandists shall be thrown into the darkest regions of hell. Bhagavad Gita 16.19-20. Sri Ishopanishad confirms that these pseudo-religionists are heading toward the most obnoxious place in the universe after the completion of their spiritual master business, which they conduct simply for sense gratification. Hare Krishna.
So here we'll stop. Any questions? Because I'm not getting the next words. My throat is not good. But I know Pushpa Mataji, she loves the class. Other students, I don't want to miss there. Already we had a very long gap because of continuous speaking, continuous working. Then Mashtmi, I mean, my thyroid level has increased, so the voice affects. So any questions you can ask. We'll meet on Friday. No questions.
Two people have gone to the moon. They have not come back. They're stuck there. Two astronauts.
Oh,
I was
latest
reading
news.
this verse, so I was in my imagination, it was going on.
Okay, this is the, I don't know the news. This is the latest news.
It's been 4 months. They are stuck there.
Oh, no food.
They are saying the US says that we don't have spaceships to get them back. Our spaceships are not ready.
Oh.
So let them do that. They can stay for another 6 months.
What about the food? Food and all they provide there?
No, their food is very different. They take capsules and all that. It is not proper.
Just be born in a human body, wasting
Invading
time.
planet. I
Wasting
was
time.
just thinking that actually while
See,
reading.
in every planet, there is life. Now, we cannot go with this body to that planet. We need a different type of setup. There is a different type of setup for the body, which is provided for the residents of that planet. We think it is a no-man place. It may be no-man place, but there are living entities in every planet suiting that particular planet. We have limited knowledge and limited consciousness. That is why just endeavoring to all these things in this lifetime is a waste of life. So much of money is involved. From where this money comes? By selling arms and ammunition, by increasing terrorism. Completely this is happening. They don't have crops to grow. They don't have fields like us. So how the company will, how the country will earn the money? By selling medicines, by selling arms and ammunition, So they like if the people are sick, so creating artificial diseases, they earn like anything. America is number one in earning with the pharmaceutical, earning with the ammunition. They like if there is a war. So that is why never encourage this allopathy medicines. All these medicines are just artificial. They don't have jadi booties to grow. So they'll create. Now just see, they are maintaining a person, they two people in the moon planet by providing them capsules. That means how they think that this is highly advanced society, that we can eat capsule and maintain our life. But Bhagavatam clearly says, Anna Prana. Our prana is in Anna. You can't just eat capsule and just provide some required vitamins, required minerals to your body. Prana is in Anna. That means your consciousness is there in the Anna. You like to sit, you like to eat something which is hot, even if maybe dal rice, that is enough. When you go to yatras, you feel that when you come back home, and when you'll take something small which is homemade food, go out, you want to come and take something dal rice, you don't want to take anything else. Even if you provide paneer every day, what is the thing which you really hanker for? Simple. Like for you, maybe hankering for some bread, no problem. For us, it is chapati, then for them, it is bread. So, whatever is homemade food, everybody likes because prana is in Anna. So called advancement to all nonsensical activities is only destroying the society, degrading one's consciousness to such an extent. Now, the latest rape cases, it's so horrible to hear. That too done by doctors. What type of education they have cultivated? This is missile. In Badlapur, 3 years and 4 years child is raped. Just imagine. What is this consciousness of the society? Yesterday I was told to speak this in Kandivali, Lokandwala, Nandotsav. They wanted because the so-called Sanatanis, they're all so-called Sanatanis, having different communities. Many had come, 700 important people had come. And I told them, because it is Prabhupada, the appearance day yesterday. We showed a film on Prabhupada, how this ISKCON was set up. And this film, I'll put it in your group. This film is made by Narendra Modi ji, our Prime Minister, where he speaks about ISKCON. When I told, generally when we come even for donation or even for calling, you say ISKCON has more money. But how much efforts every center is doing for bringing the devotees, cultivating the devotees. So then I was speaking about why such, because they wanted me to speak about such cases. I said this is because we are not following the four regulatory principles. So tamas is increasing. And some people, though they may have satoguna, on the name of Sanatanis, we divide the society. Divided we fall, united we stand. And for united we stand, we should have one super head, and that is ISKCON. If we don't have knowledge, we may do some big Bhagavad Kathas, some 10,000 people in the pandal, or maybe 1 lakh people in the pandal. But after 7 days, back to square one, seeing the TV, drinking tea, coffee, what is the use? Not leaving the bad habits, eating onion, garlic, though it is given in Prakriti, but that is not increasing our Satoguna. Sattvam sanjayate jnanam. So we don't want to offer to Lord, we don't want to take Krishna Prasad. Then what is the use of even studying? What is the use of even hearing if our consciousness is not changing? If we are able to change our consciousness by hearing, reading, doing the service, understand, we have attained success. Or it is like taking from 1 year, throwing out from another year. If it goes deep into our heart, then understand it is success. So on the name of Sanatan Dharma, let us not divide ourselves. This is very, very important. Giving basic educations with regulatory principles, rules to be followed, then slowly upgrading oneself. Upgrading oneself by taking up seriously the studies, taking up the devotional service. That is the success of our life. And if you don't do that, what is the use? So yesterday's class, everybody liked, and the leaders came to me, they want to join the classes. They want to impart this knowledge to their people. I said, no problem, you come. You come, impart the knowledge given by Srila Prabhupada to your people, your so-called communities. Because when I went to Nathdwara, I was just describing. Yesterday was very general class with some quotations of Srila Prabhupada. So I was telling about my visit to Nathdwara. Generally, when we go to temples, there is a basic etiquette that you put danka, whatever. If you wear chudidar, you cover it with your head with a chunni, or you cover yourself properly, or you wear a sari. Generally, saris are worn. People take on the head. Some etiquettes have been shown. But this time when I went, I was surprised to see a grand old lady. What happened to Gujarat nowadays? We don't know. What happened to Marwadis people? We don't know, because Nathdwara we went, Dakor we went. Everywhere we are seeing the grand old ladies. They are coming with chudidar without chunni. The next set comes with full pant and long kurta. The next generation comes. I saw the whole generation. The whole family came. The next generation comes with pant and a blouse type, you call that t-shirt. And the next generation comes with half chaddi. I told, what will be the next generation then? Just see, this is the thing. Keeping your hairs open, not even tying the hairs. So what happens when you go enter the temple with half chaddi and all these things? You're not allowing the people to look at Lord. You're making the people attract to yourself. At least I could not concentrate on Lord. I only stood there and sang for some time, but I was just thinking, I was seeing everyone. My consciousness was not in Srinathji. My consciousness was in this degraded society. Morning 6 o'clock onwards, they're just eating. Just eating. Papda, that and this. I was thinking, what is this? They should chant. They should sit and chant. No, papda, garam, jalebi. Gujarat has become the worst. And on top of that, now the Marwad has become more worst. Because money. They think that with money we can do everything. That is why Bhagavatam clearly says the Bhakti is born in Karnataka, takes 2 sons. Bhakti Devi born in Karnataka, takes 2 sons in Maharashtra, Gyan and Vairagya, goes to Gujarat, becomes Sheena. Goes to Vrindavan, Gyan and Vairagya sleep, mother is alive. Mother becomes young. So very important. If we don't follow culture, it is degradation. You go to airport. Just go at the time 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You have flights to Dubai. Actually, I was called to Dubai, but something visa problem came. I could not go. But when during Maharaj, when Maharaj left his body, when I actually went to see Maharaj when he was a bit alive, Dehradun, night I saw the flights going to Dubai, the people there, they are having burqa. We tease Muslims, and at least they follow some culture. And the men are with their traditional dresses. And here, Hindu ladies and Hindu men, they come in half chaddis because they have come to airport now. Especially Gujaratis and so-called Marwadi, where the culture was actually very good. Everything is falling down. Seeing that now South Indians also have started. Go to Bangalore airport, the worst type of dresses they wear. What is happening is all cultivation of so-called knowledge. When you say that knowledge is nothing but the so-called education in our society, making big doctors just to make them cultivate how to kill people in their own way. Just imagine, nobody will kill in such a way. What must be the plight of that lady while she was dying? Another fashion is till 31 years, don't get married. You don't want to be. Now nowadays the trend is even 35, 36, they don't want to get married. And after that, they don't want to produce children. At the age of 45, they'll think, okay, I should produce some children. And nowadays to produce children at that time, 45, 46 years, they have this artificial ways. Not following the culture will degrade the society. Now we got somebody having kids at the age of 45, 46. Just imagine what strength will be there at the age of 60 when the child is 15 years old. This is all degradation. When time has come, we should get married or become a good brahmachari. Don't just move about without marriage outside. Either become a good brahmachari and serve the society. There is no point doing the donkey's work from morning to evening without getting married. This is the fashion of nowadays girls and nowadays boys. You ask a boy, what is your age? He'll say 40 years. Yeah, looking for marriage. What is looking for marriage? Your marriage time is between 20 to 30, not beyond that. Once you have crossed 30, now see this lady who is a doctor, at 31 years she is unmarried. This is all degradation because the girl is secured in the husband's place. All these things yesterday, because we have to contemplate. And main is cover your tika. Always I have told, Mana Roy Palash. You should have bindi in your. You're not a Muslim. Somebody sees you, they'll think that you are a Muslim. Muslim are atheists. You are a devotee. You should cover with your bindi. Bindi is very important for a lady. This is not fashion. This is laziness. Dress yourself properly. That's also very important. You look like Devatas, isn't it? You dress nicely, you put tika. Actually, we dress for Lord. Proper, neat dresses. Very, very important. Coming to temple. It's very important. How to come inside the temple. All this culture, anyhow, slowly, we should work, especially in ISKCON. Okay, we are giving Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam knowledge along with that etiquettes. Vaishnava etiquettes, which is Rupa Goswami has given, gives the most important knowledge. Without Vaishnava etiquette, what Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam or Bhakti Shastri is going to help us? How to enter the temple, how to serve the Vaishnava, how to dress, how to sit in the temple. So we are starting with a new course, IYF for men, IYF for ladies. I'll be putting all that information. Residential course for men and 3 hours course for the ladies. It will be not online, it will be offline. So if you want to join, you can come. Even if you stay in Mira Road, doesn't matter. It will be twice in a month. So we are starting with all these things because this is prime necessity now. Okay, so we have to see the current scenario, what all is happening. During Prabhupada time, it was war which was happening. That's why Prabhupada had to take this seriously. And now the situation is war within the country. See now what is happening in Bengal. War within the state. You cannot open your mouth. You open the mouth, you are beaten, you are killed. War within. That is why Prabhupada says this is not independence for which you are fighting. The real independence lies in dependence of Krishna. If you are dependent on Krishna, that is real independence. Just saying we are independent country, we are independent. What we have achieved? We have only achieved degradation in the society. What independence, tell me? Somebody wants to speak out. Now the students want to do peaceful protest. They are beaten. Lakhs of people are beaten. Such type of rulers are there. What to do? So what independence we have gotten? We have become more slaves of our senses. If we are slaves of our senses, we cannot relish the so-called independence. That is why if it is godless civilization, dog civilization, nowadays the new trend is mate with the dog. You know that? Because of that, one lady in Thane committed suicide. She mated with the dog. She could not open the door. She was a young girl. Parents were knocking. They opened the door. They saw the dog mating with the girl. The girl is not able to move the dog aside because the the private part of the dog bulges when it goes inside, cannot come out so easily till the dog settles down its consciousness of the sex and removes it out. Because of that, this girl committed suicide. Can you imagine? That is why never keep dog at home. Don't keep dog at home. Dog is for outside. In the farms, they keep dog to have it, they watch dog. Nowadays, dogs sleep with the owner. You keep dog in the house, smells a lot. And it should not smell. You take to the spa. How much money you spend? That much money one can give donation and give food for life for people. Prabhupada, whatever he writes, it is the forecast of current situation. It is why Acharyas, they are the light. They are the light of the society. So how much you speak of Prabhupada is less. Prabhupada spent his life cultivated and made ISKCON centers. ISKCON centers are not to compete with each other. ISKCON centers are to serve. Guru Maharaj is asking to me, what is happening in Thane? I told Maharaj, you chant one round, you'll find one center. You chant another round, you'll find one center. There are 5 centers within the radius of just 2 kilometers. And there is again pulling and pushing. You call from here, then a person will run to another center. You cultivate, they'll go to another center. So again, this is not going to work. Divided, we will fall. United, we will stand. So such type of things are happening within ISKCON now. What to do? Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj was the chairman of GBC, wanted to solve this problem. Now, what is happening is you cannot tell something. You tell something, the person runs. Even you tell something from the other place, somebody was told something from the other place, they came to our temple. That means now there is no hold on the devotees. You cannot tell anything to the devotees. You tell they have a center to go and they'll go and serve there. So this is degradation again. This is the degradation. This is not upgradation. Upgradation means you should know to even hear the scoldings of your Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. Just you cannot find a comfortable zone where I should not be told anything. So this is again happening. You make, they take. Anyone. It is like you make, they take. This is nothing but khichatani and confusion in the society. This is going to lead more confusions in the society. Some builder will give a big thing. There will be a big temple. Okay, you will attract people. You will make the people come. But what is the facility? Just there is a hodgepodge. So this is going to happen because of the divisions based on different Maharaj. This is going to happen. In Delhi, one Maharaj is having 17 centers, no problem. Division of Maharaj, division based on Maharaj is going to decrease the consciousness in the new people. They'll be confused. How many ISKCON temple? Our Thana is the example for it. The most degraded place is now Thane. Only there is a running about. You run to this temple, you cultivate, you teach, they'll go and serve some other temple. And another temple will increase the strength by just pulling the people. This pulling about is not going to work anywhere. Somebody wrote to me, Mataji, you started. Actually, we were the one who started 1997 onwards, we started here. But we have been seeing in our journey, we have allowed different speakers who were actually the students of my Shiksha Guru. We allowed them to build their own centers and then just take people away. Anyhow, we are very liberal about it. Go and at least serve. But don't influence the people who are at least there. That is also not going to affect our preaching movement. Somebody wrote a very nice message. I will share all these messages in the group. Read it. Read these messages. Because there should not be struggle in preaching. In fact, all the preachers should come together and preach in every gully. There is not a problem. But now, not pull about the people. Pulling the people, running about is not going to work. In fact, all preachers come together, glorify Srila Prabhupada, that is going to work. And sometimes call one preacher to another temple so that you show in unity in diversity. There should be that mood. Not that, oh, you want Brahmin initiation? We'll give you Brahmin initiation. Come and serve our temple. You get initiation from one Maharaj and you are calling, get Brahmin initiation from this Maharaj and come and serve this temple. Every Maharaj gives for their own temples. But no, this all pulling about is going on. So we have to somehow work about in this aspect also. Unity in diversity is very much important. So we are planning how to do this at different levels. ISKCON has different levels. Right from GBC, there is level and zonals. But this is a very important thing which has to be addressed. All society will take advantage. We cannot cultivate society. In fact, they will be more degraded. They'll come like a visitor, go like a visitor. They'll come, they'll see the temple, Hari Bol, very nice, go away. No upgradation will happen. That is for sure. Take the time, it is 9:10. Mark it. By doing this diversity, nothing is going to flourish. There will be 1 lakh crowd going to one temple. There will be 500 crowd or maybe 1,000 crowd or maybe 2,000 crowd coming in one temple. But what is the use? They'll just come and you will be working like a donkey. Nobody will take devotional service. You speak something, they'll run to another temple where they are very much called and given some prasad. Yes. No upgradation is going to happen. Prabhupada time, there were only few people, maybe 10 or 15, but they took this movement ahead because there was no Bheda. So this has to be addressed. We'll stop here. Hare Krishna.